welcome back to the Peace Times podcast. Today I am here with a new person that's going to be here with us now on our podcast. I'm going to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Will Stadler. I'm a sophomore here. I'm on the baseball team and trying to help out with all things sports for the Peace Times.
That's what's up. That's what's up. It's great to hear. So first things first, we're going to go over things that are going to be stuff to cover up that's happened recently here at William Beach. So you can go ahead with the sports.
So it's kind of an interesting time. This week is kind of a little bit of overlap this week and last week, where winter sports are at the end of their seasons and spring sports are at the beginning of their season. So you get about a week and a half of really, really busy action. We'll go ahead and start with women's basketball, who finished up their season. They qualified for the USA South Conference tournament. They unfortunately did lose in the first round of that tournament to the eventual champion, Southern Virginia. They had an 8-17 record, but lots of good energy to build off of for women's basketball, seeing as that last year they were unable to finish their season due to injuries. A lot of things to build for first-year head coach Lori Drake, who is new to the Peace Athletics staff this year. Moving on to men's basketball, a little bit deeper of a tournament run for men's basketball. Last year, they lost in the conference championship to rival Wesleyan, which was kind of left a sour taste in the mouth, and there was a lot of hype and expectation for this year, and delivered for the most part, but an unfortunate finish. Men's basketball loses to the number one seed Mary Baldwin, who also went on to win the conference championship. They were down by as many as 13 in the beginning of the first half. Was helped out by a spark by Malachi Borders hitting a couple threes, and they crawled all the way back to come as close as three. It was 44-41 with about 8 minutes to go, I would say, I think. And then just came up empty on a couple possessions down the stretch, and Mary Baldwin gets the 66-59 victory. Just, again, an unfortunate, kind of ran into a hot team at the wrong time, and they lose in the USA South semifinals this year. But they do finish with a winning record, 14-13, 8-6 in conference play. But next year will be a little bit of a rebuild with all the seniors. Bo Bryant, Malachi Borders, Tim Pettiford, Tyler Parton, and Donnelly Tyrell, all seniors. Not sure if any of those will be using their COVID year. I don't think so. But that might be something to explore in the off season, of whether any of those will be looking to return. Ryan Lominack, freshman, wins USA South Rookie of the Year. So that'll be an interesting and important piece to build on for Coach Shields and the guys. Tim Pettiford wins all-conference first team, and Bo Bryant's on the all-conference second team. Both of those guys were really key in the success last year and the success this year when the Pacers were on a winning streak. Both those guys were at the forefront. So those were the main two winter sports. Swimming also finished up their year. So we're kind of at the point in time where all of our winter sports have already wrapped up. And now we're moving into the spring season as it starts to warm up. So we'll start off with softball in the spring. They start off with a split with Sweetbriar, which is actually an equestrian college. That's their big thing, is equestrian, but it's an all-women's college, kind of like Meredith. Okay. But they split with them, so win the second game, lost the first game. Adania Day had a 5-for-5 performance in there, winning her USA South Player of the Week on February 19th. 3-hole hitter for the Pacers. I mean, hits for power, hits for average, does it all for the softball team. So they had 4 games in Alabama in the Huntington Classic this past weekend. Tough stretch there, was unable to get a win, but good competition in non-conference play, kind of prepping the softball team for a deeper conference run. And they are back at home this Sunday against Guilford College. So they'll be playing the Quakers here on campus, our only outdoor on-campus facility. So softball does have an older lineup, but they they did bring in a lot of freshmen. So it's a big roster. Softball and baseball make up for like what feels like 50% of the
Wow.
athletes population.
I can definitely see that.
I think softball has around 40 to 45 if you count everybody, and then baseball, we've got over 60 guys.
Yeah.
So I'm sure everybody sees those people around campus.
Yeah, I got a class full of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have a football team, but I feel like we could fill a football team with all the dudes from baseball. Speaking of baseball, off to a slower start than expected, but we've played 2 NCAA tournament teams, very quality teams, Christopher Newport and Mitchell College. They both made the tournament last year. So head coach Charlie Long trying to, prepare for conference play and make sure we get challenged and tested early. So 2-5 overall right now. Christopher Newport was nationally ranked when the Pacers took on Christopher Newport. I was at Christopher Newport, so had a tough road test early and only lost 2-1. That was a very close game. Grady Swinson, a freshman, pitched, I think it was 4 or 5 innings of no-run baseball, so he pitched pretty well. That's an important piece of this year's baseball team is a lot of young pitching. When you bring in 25 freshmen, you're bound to have some gems in that class, and Grady's proved to be one of them. One of the wins in the 2-5 record was against Mitchell College, and a young man named Ben Borden, who's also a freshman, pitched 4 innings of good baseball and only gave up 1 run and helped the Pacers to a win there. A little bit of an injury bug for baseball. Now, I don't like excuses for records that aren't where we, as an athletics department, think they should be. But it's hard to argue against injuries. 3 starters got hurt over the course of 1 week. Griffin Sandstrom, a junior, he's our designated hitter, was swinging the best bat on the team. He unfortunately pulled a hamstring when he was playing left field against Mitchell College. Cam Barefoot had been dealing with a nagging left shoulder injury. He's our starting center fielder. Unfortunately, he got hit against Mitchell College and then slid into second base and injured his left shoulder. So it's kind of one of those injuries that you don't really know what exactly it is or the severity of it. It's kind of just a day-to-day thing, go by feel. So we're looking for him to return soon. Ian Turner dislocated his left shoulder. That was actually a practice injury. But his sling is off and he has started physical therapy. So both of those guys, well, all 3 of those guys looking to come back soon. Griffin will take a little bit more time because the hamstring injury is a little bit more serious. But they go to Virginia Wesleyan this Thursday and then Mary Washington next week. So
Sounds good.
yeah, that's about it in the world of sports.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to spring. Like you said, it's going to be warming up soon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I'm trying to get out of this cold.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm ready to get out of this winter season. More stuff to cover with William Peace. We had the Ebony Ball a couple weeks back. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I did want to go, but I had to go to my internship at the time. But yeah, I'm sure they had a good time in the main parlor. I had the lights and everything, and everybody was dressed up, and everything navy blue and black and gold, and so that was a couple weeks back, and I know that was a great time. Make Your Mark art projects. So I know by the time this podcast will come out, I know that's will already be happening. It was a little pop-up art display event that we had going on at William Peace, where anybody that does art, they can come out and show out their art that they made. So that's what we also had recently, and then we also had coffee in the courtyard. Recently as well, and that was another thing that we had here on campus for anybody that wanted to come out, have coffee, spend time together, and just get to know one another.
I think those events, like you said, are important for a smaller college like this. Is building those relationships in the community, because eventually you're going to know almost everybody. I mean, I talked to a guy one time last year, and it was like you wind up seeing the same 40 to 45 people Now, whether you talk to those 40 to 45 people is a different story, but you
Yeah.
wind up seeing pretty much the same 40 to 45 people. So maybe if you're considering going to an event like this, and maybe you go and meet somebody that you have seen, walk into class every single day, but you know, say what's up, establish a relationship, and those are kind of the friendships that a small college like this can build.
Yeah, I totally agree, 100%. That's gonna be pretty much everything to cover up for all things here at William Peace. Segueing into just the main part of our podcast, we have a couple things we wanted to talk about, which is like the Dreamfield Festival that we have coming up, spring break that we have actually next week, I think, actually, or at the end of next week?
2 weeks,
Or
yeah.
2 weeks,
So
yeah.
we have this week of class and then one more week of class. And then
Yeah.
spring break.
And so then we also have the Super Bowl parade that someone mentioned. First things first, starting off with that, as you may know, last time we covered the podcast, we were talking about the Super Bowl. We had winning, Chiefs won, so shout out to Chiefs. Shout out to Chiefs. So they ended up winning really close game. What was it? I'm trying to remember. They won by 3 points, right?
It was an overtime, so it was
over
like 6.
Yeah, that last touchdown. Yeah, so that was big game. They was really happy about that,
Yeah.
and I was because I'm in the bet on it. So I've been kind of getting into the gambling game a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, and it's turning out to be quite fruitful.
That was when you watch a Super Bowl, you're hoping for a game like that.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
there was a national championship in college football a couple years ago where Georgia beat Texas Christian 63-7, and it's just like that's not a fun championship game. It completely defeats the purpose of all the build up and hype.
Yeah, I know.
And to have the most hyped up sporting event, the Super Bowl, come down to an overtime win.
Right.
I mean, you can't really ask for much more, no matter who you were cheering for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So congratulations to them. That was a great game to watch, like you said. Other thing that I really want to talk about as well, I think it was maybe not like a week later, I believe, there was the Super Bowl parade that they had for the champions that won, and when they had it, there was a shooting at the time. So thoughts and prayers go out to anybody that was hurt. I believe there was a dozen of people who were injured and one person who did die out of that shooting. They were able to identify the shooter, and they were able to get him in custody. It was somebody who was actually on probation that was already, been through the system already, and apparently it was over a dispute over a basketball game, I think. So, yeah. So that's
You hate to have that, right?
Yeah.
All of the, like I just said, the quality of the game, the build up was perfect, and then you're out there celebrating, and it should be a great day for not only the players but for the fans in attendance.
yeah.
Like those things are things that you're going to remember forever, and you want them to be for a good reason, and now it's for a bad reason for most people that attended.
Yeah, no, yeah. And apparently, it was a total estimate of 1 million people, a crowd that came out during the parade too. So,
Wow.
yeah, like you said, that's a lot of people that like to come out and show love for the players that won, and they definitely deserve it. And so, yeah, they should be able to go out there and expect to have a good time, and yeah, they shouldn't have to be scared and have to worry about anybody that may be trying to be violent out there.
Yeah.
So that's that. Going back into our Dreamfield Festival that I mentioned as well, we have the Dreamfield Festival coming up on April the 6th to the 7th. Very much looking forward to that. I've never actually been to UVille, and that's something I do really would like to go to. They haven't announced the roster or lineup for the people that's going to be coming yet, but who are some people that you would love to see?
Golly. I'm a weird guy. Let's just start with that. I have a weird taste in music. So I'm not really in tune to some of the artists that would probably be in attendance for Dreamville. But I mean,
I understand. I see that.
any big name that's going to come into Raleigh, it's going to be good for Raleigh.
Yeah.
I know I went to a Post Malone concert when I was in high school, and it was in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's not where I'm from. But it was just like so cool to see an environment like that.
Yeah.
So regardless of who comes, I think it'll be a good event, and help showcase Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
They ought to get the construction and the roads
I've only been to one concert. So it would be like really nice to be able to go somewhere like this, especially with like there's like a lot of huge artists coming out there. Like I would love to see like 21 Savage or Lil Yachty or Nicki Minaj or anything like that. It would be so cool to see.
Yeah, any A-lister would be a Grand Slam home run for whoever's running it.
Absolutely. Also, like I just we mentioned as well, we have spring break coming up, so definitely looking forward to that. And I know I'm pretty sure we mentioned it in our last podcast, but now that we're closer to the date, I'm pretty sure we're all looking forward to having a good week off. Chilling, doing whatever we want. Maybe even traveling. You have any plans for spring break?
Yeah, we'll be playing baseball all spring break. Little thing that comes with being a spring athlete. It's kind of like how the basketball team plays over winter break.
Mm-hmm.
But so baseball has a trip planned. We're going to Alabama to play Huntington, kind of like softball did this last week. And then we'll start conference play towards the end of spring break. But spring break, it's always a good indicator of where you're at in the spring semester. It's almost like you're getting into the home stretch because once you come back from spring break, I mean, you have 5 weeks of class, 5 weeks of class, something in there. So it'll be a nice academic deep breath for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. For me personally, 100%. I wouldn't say I need it, but like I'm sure anybody.
Oh yeah. Anybody could say they needed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially this. I mean, I always ask people, did this year go by or this semester go by quick or slow or something like that? So, but regardless of how fast it's going by, breaks are necessary and needed.
Yeah, and like you said, it's gonna be after that. It'll be like maybe 5 or 6 more weeks left, and then I'm out of here. I'm gone. So
I got a couple more. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that, and that would be great. So I don't think I have any travel plans. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have any like travel plans for spring break. But so I'll just be in the house chilling. Maybe I'll go out, get some things for myself or whatever I want to.
That's an interesting perspective though, because that's really the home stretch for you then.
Yeah.
If it's the last, however many weeks, 5 or 6 that you have of just straight undergraduate academics, not only just this semester, but
at all period.
Yeah.
So that's huge. It's gonna be pretty much it for our main segment. I know it was pretty short, but we're gonna get into the upcoming events that we're gonna have here on William Peace that you all should definitely try to attend. First thing, we had the Black Makers Market on February 28th, where wait.
Yeah, it's February 28th.
I'm seeing Make Your or that's 2 different things.
Yeah, Black Makers Market's February 28th. It's always cool. They have a bunch of vendors there. It's always nice to look around and see what's going on.
I'm looking at Make Your Mark, not Market. I mean, that's the thing. Okay, I got those confused.
By the way, this is William. I stepped in for Will. His voice didn't.
Welcome, William. Good day. Hey.
His voice didn't get sometimes higher.
Thank you, Lily, for coming on. So we have the Black Makers Market coming up, and then also during March we have the Red Rose Ball on March 22nd that I'm looking forward to, and I know that's going to be a great event for anybody who wants to show up to. So I know it's going to be really good. Also, we have a trivia night coming up this week on February 29th. So that should be fun, and I believe that will be with WPU Student Involvement hosting that. And then we also have Pacers Got Talent on March 6th as well.
They did cancel Pacers Got
Oh,
Talent.
they canceled it?
Unless they started it back up on their Instagram, they confirmed that Pacers Got Talent because a lot of people have not signed up, which is.
Oh, dang. I
did want to see.
Yeah, I did
want to see.
I want to see that. I've seen it interesting because, I haven't
Y'all should have
seen.
signed up.
I haven't seen a talent show since 9th, 10th grade.
We can start a petition. We can start a petition to bring it back. Bring back Pacers. Hashtag bring back Pacers.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. Where was it gonna be at?
I think Keegan.
Where?
I think Keegan Hall.
Where's that at?
In Maine.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I mentioned about Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, we should have did that. I should have did that. That'd be great.
These times can start it.
That would be great. I mean, I would feel bad trying to start it and then not like.
We can
'cause I feel
collaborate.
like
SGPA, peace times. We can bring it
yeah,
back.
that would be great.
We
I
can.
just-
Last time Jacob was like, I don't have a talent. We can
Exactly.
make Jacob draw.
I don't think I'm gonna sign up.
Why not? Do you not have a talent?
I mean, I do have a talent, but I don't think it's like worth getting up on the
Talentless.
stage.
Talentless. That's
Listen,
a wild accusation.
I don't think I could just go up on the stage and like draw something. I think everyone
That's
would be
fair.
kind of bored.
That's
a little
fair.
bit. I mean, some people might like that, but
He's the main act. There can be the podcast. That's the talent. See, we're putting it all together.
I don't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I do want to see it. I would would love to go to it and advocate for it. But I feel bad if I don't want to advocate for it and then not
I know.
participate in it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I don't know what talent I would show off.
There's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
something you're good at.
I mean-
what's your major? Kirby.
I don't know.
Kirby's just a Kirby.
That is you. I never. I always love Kirby, but now that you ask me, I honestly don't know.
Kirby's
But
just Kirby.
Kirby's just Kirby. Go keep it. Oh,
Yeah.
like that could be something. Yeah, the tele show. I
Or
guess.
just like the recorder. Did you guys ever have to do hot cross buns
No.
in elementary school? You never had to do the recorder?
I know what it is, but no, I never had
Yeah.
to do it. No.
Oh, you're lucky. Or like square dance, or is that like? Just,
I don't know. No.
Yeah, maybe that's just a southern thing. We had to square dance in school. Fun fact: if you guys ever had a square dance like this, it's going on YouTube. Some singing, obviously,
You're right.
talent. You
No, I
know,
was
we can
thinking
get
that
we
too.
can get our theater kids, our theater majors,
Mhm.
perform a little skit. I can see that. I think those are like the main ones.
A good skit, like a good, like a little, like mini play. You know, showing
Yeah.
like people's like acting skills. You know what
Or
I'm
like
saying?
improv.
Yeah, right. You know,
Improv's good.
yeah.
I
I love to do that.
Our theater department's actually pretty good. Shout out to our theater department.
Yeah.
They always put on a good show.
And me personally, I love like, and no one knows, but like I honestly do like to do skits myself because I think like in middle school sometimes
See,
we
there's
did those.
there's the talent.
Yeah, we can. That's about. We can make something happen.
Right? That's
we
what
really,
I'm saying.
We can make,
I was
think
a
we can
tech
make something
kid
happen.
too. Like I can do the backstage. Like
Okay.
we got this.
Yeah. So that's well, unfortunately, since you said I was gonna say that's upcoming, but since you said it's canceled.
It is.
Yeah.
Unless they changed it. I
Yeah,
hope-
maybe. I don't know.
But I saw since we're running